Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
My friend,
I
will be professional. I will speak in the way of speaky.
So what you have to know about us, and we say
Coordinating.
this every once in a while when we come in laughing, or when we come in just very, very contained, is that we usually are laughing our butts off between episodes at whatever bad joke one or the other of us cracked.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's an inside joke, so it would take way too long to explain it to everyone here. But just know that we're having a great time between episodes, and when we think that, some of you could get it, we really do think of you. It's just like,
Alright, great, let's go.
Joey's, you always, fidget when you're, when not telling the truth. So, I can tell when you're lying, because, it's totally, in your body language. Dangle, just, you show it, and, when you fidget, you just, you move like that, huh?
And I take it as basically a personal insult. Not the fact that maybe you want to protect yourself or defend yourself, or that maybe there are some things you want to keep from me and you don't actually ever want to have a conversation with me, and I can't respect that.
But you
because
feel
I'd rather
like
that you would actually need
You
to talk.
can't tell me or set boundaries, so you lie?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? Sometimes people lie because they feel like you'll be angry if they tell the truth.
Yes.
And the thing is some of y'all do get angry if they tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like they're trying to lie to you. It's a defensive response, especially amongst young people or people in a subordinate position to you, even if it's a social subordinate position, such as they are your girlfriend and they feel like you, the man, in a case where that is the case, have more power than they do, or, could be dangerous or scary if they say no.
And sometimes it's also like it's an ingrained habit. It's not that you've ever done anything to them in that way, but it's because everybody else has this expectation and they're afraid of either disappointing or being on that list.
Yep, and sometimes they just think that maybe you'll be like that too if they do it wrong. Also, why are your ears so small?
Tiny ears, man.
Small ears.
I look at the hands that have betrayed me.
Hi, my own hands
Betrayed?
fidgeting. Traitor hands!
My traitor hands and my traitor tears.
Yes.
They emerge. Shoot. My cheeks get rosy as he finds out the truth.
He finds it out.
He finds it out again
Oh.
after he's told me. I jump off the couch.
And run away. Woo!
Run! Well, I'm going to call him now and discuss it with him.
Honestly?
That is serious, dodging, please leave me alone. Well, I will come up with a reason, watch me.
I was gonna say, that's a level of panic and justification of going, I will make it true, so I'm sorry I lied to you, basically. But going, I just need to fix this. And the way to disengage from you is to, I now have the excuse of I can call him, because I don't know how to end this conversation.
Oh, God, this makes me so...
I
I forgot.
Burn all the time just sounds terrified of almost everyone.
All
thing.
the men currently in her life seem to make her uncomfortable besides her dad, and her friend basically abandoned her. I'm like, this is horrible. These are about horrible people.
This is a really intense game.
So, I'll be in my room. I run upstairs to my bedroom to avoid Joey's questions because I can't stop getting nagged and basically gaslit and turned around and manipulated, and I feel awful, and I don't know what else to do except run away, and that's the only way to disengage from this conversation is I have to physically not be in the room.
Because otherwise he will
terrible.
just continue to demand that she talk to him and that they hang out together. Even going, and the thing is going this thing of going, I will ask your dad for permission to hang out with you, not
awful.
you. So if he says yes, then it will be expected that you do so, even if you don't want to.
Terrible. Damn.
This is a little intense still. This game, I forgot how intense this game was. However, though, it does have more substance than, my nurse girlfriend. And that's kind of a relief, even as this is uncomfy.
And again, stories do not have to be
comfortable.
Be positive, I shall say, because I wasn't going to say good, because that good's an opinion, and
really
it's also
is.
moralizes things. So I say, this doesn't have to be a positive experience. Shockingly, media does not have to always be positive. Nope. You can have negative media, or media that ends basically in a way that you go, wow, that's really dark. That's fine.
Yep, it's just not what we were expecting.
Yes, I don't really have anything to do today, apart from doing homework for chemistry tomorrow, and I've already finished it, so I really have nothing to do, and Kayla is having brunch with her parents. How can I escape? And Mark is hanging out with his brother's rock star friends, and he's downstairs, and he won't leave me alone, and I'm literally stuck in my room. I mean, I wonder who they are this time.
I'll just focus on Mark, because Mark is the only guy that, Byrne isn't afraid of.
Right, even though Mark was a little weird in a couple of places, but honestly, based on the dudes we've seen so far, Mark is the only one who gets to decent, semi-decent behavior.
Mark did a little bit of gatekeeping, but also, even without the headcanon of him being the creature of a geek from, an ostracized group,
Right.
he really just seems a little bit like an awkward nerd that tries hard to
Right.
be an actual friend.
Right.
And even like the sort of level of going like, I have this thing that I understand is a problem for you. I'm going to try and engage with it with going, there's camera footage and stuff like that. I'll just
Right.
try and help. In whatever way I can. And then it seems like he understands it more when Byrne puts stuff in place or when Byrne like displays comfort or discomfort.
Right.
Like, and it doesn't mean he's perfect, but she does seem to feel the safest around him.
Yeah, which is, oh, God. Mark refuses to tell me and wants to surprise me with a selfie tomorrow. So apparently I'm like texting him or something.
Well, the thing is we had that conversation on the bus where he talked about it and said, it's going to be a surprise, but also you can't hang out with me because they don't want it, too much fanfare.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so probably we talked to him about that and going, I will show you then.
But I was saying, like, Mark refuses. So that sounds so, you have to forgive me. I was going off of tenses here.
Could be texting
so Mark
right now.
refuses currently to tell me. So that's a,
I
look
that.
at my phone once again.
I could see them texting.
And Ben still hasn't replied to me, so therefore I have no excuse, and I still have this man downstairs who literally will not leave me the hell alone.
And
I feel deeply harassed by a childhood obsession.
And I don't know any other people at all.
At all.
That's my entire list of people.
I wonder what he is doing right now. While I'm daydreaming, because I think poorly of me trying to basically cope. Someone knocks on my door. I put down my reader character insert fanfiction, and I'm pretty sure it's Joey.
I have now tried to disengage from the conversation, and I've tried to get myself busy doing something else. I have closed the door after moving to another space, and he comes to get me.
You know what? I actually had an ephany recently.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so I actually talked to you about this. So there is a thing that I put on one of my blogs on Tumblr, but it was sort of this thing. So I've always really liked basically character experiences where you really are involved in somebody else's head. It's really that knowledge and that connection that you can have where one character looks at another character and goes, I'm in your mind, I know what you think of me, and I feel the way you feel for me, and I can also look at you and you can feel the way I feel for you.
So like the psychic connection that completely allows you access to the other's whole person.
Right.
Yes.
And I had this fantastic epiphany where I'm just like, damn, reader/character sometimes, like, I think can be incredibly powerful, because you really do, in the way that this basically, TikTok actually talked about it, was kind of basically have this sort of meta experience of being able to look at this other person, in this case, since it's an experience that's happening in your head with yourself, with this other character. You get to get that confirmation that that other person can look at you, the reader, even if it's somebody that you admire or whatever else, and go, I accept you for everything that you are. I see you, and I love that.
So my friend described this experience to me, and it was really interesting, where they're going reader slash, like self-insert fan fiction, where it's you slash another character, which I've never written, but I've read a few of them, is this person broke it down of going, it is this deep, intimate exploration with yourself, because you have to write someone loving and wanting you. It's kind of cool.
Which I thought was great, but also explained to me why I think I find it sometimes to be really frustrating to read some of them, because it's not doing the reader, it's doing this weird generic sort of experience that I'm like, you might as well have just written an OC rather than trying to explicitly do the reader.
Well, say reader slash the like main character, reader slash whomsoever is different than self-insert. Yeah. And the self-insert was just, it seemed like a really neat sort of self-esteem exercise of going, I have to describe to me what someone else thinks is awesome about me.
Right, and be positive about it. Radical self-love.
Right, why they would be so into me that this crack erotic fiction would be accurate.
Even if it's not erotic, just like if it's
or
just,
whatever, but in the case of this particular example.
Oh yeah, which was really fun. I'm pretty sure it's Joey.
Hey, so like, hey there, can I come in?
Oh god. I think, oh god, Byrne going, I ran away, that was the only thing I could think of. And maybe Byrne might be more brave
assertive with
behind
the door.
doors. So let's try a no you can't. Because that
Yes.
feels like basically, because unfortunately I have been there where you're like, I ran away and the only thing I could get to make sure I could have an actual no was I have to have a physical barrier.
Yep.
So, no you can't.
Hey, come on, like, what? Why not? I mean, it's like, why can't I come in? I mean, it's just a door, right?
Because I have to make an excuse. I can't just say no.
Because...
No one will listen to me when I do not consent.
And the thing is like, this is basically the men dating women culture, if you will, is that you have to have a reason to say no. You can't just say no because you don't want to, and I don't want to isn't a reason. It has to be Why don't you want to? And this has been levied at me with many men in my life before, especially men who wanted to date me, of going, if you tell me no, either to spending time with you or to getting access to you or to whatever it is, I need to know why. And once I know why, I can try and undo your why.
Yes.
The only reason they've ever wanted to know why, unless they were just a friend, if it's like, oh, why? I'm curious. But for the most part, if they ever wanted to know why, it was so they could then refute your why, as if this was a debate, not your preference.
And it's a thing you will see, at least if you ever basically, if anybody here can't drink yet, just as an example, some people will literally demand reasons why, because you're an adult. You can drink. Why aren't you drinking? You need a reason to say no. Are you just better than me?
Are you judging me?
Are you judging me? Is it for religious purposes? Like, even in regards to, like, some people going, like, well, you won't date me because you're a lesbian, or what, like, that's the kind of, like, basically level of entitled argument I feel like is going on here.
It frustrates me that Joey's like, you need a reason. Why not? Are you getting dressed? Why not? Instead of just going, oh, okay. He's trying to force his way in.
Yeah. Because I'm getting dressed now. Joey doesn't reply, and apparently I said that out loud, and there's a moment of silence for a while.
Because I'm naked! I scream at the door in panic.
Don't come in!
Suddenly thinks about you naked. Shit!
Oh, God. Which also starts getting uncomfortable. Joey?
Hey, yeah, well, what? Yeah, I'm here. I'm just right outside the door. Like, I can go anywhere. I'm just right outside the door. I just open up your social media and, like, maybe, like, check out your mom's profile. Like, I mean, it's just, I wanted to show you something. And, like, your mom. Oh, my mom's profile. Just go and, can you go look at that? Even while you're, undressed?
Okay. I do as he asks me to. Okay, so sometimes I get annoyed about this because I feel like, well, I understand that some people are socially awkward, but what you have here sometimes is someone going, you don't understand that I was trying to get you to access some of my trauma, and I was trying to do it, and I was just really bad about getting you to do so, and going like, you were making me uncomfortable, and I couldn't come up with any reason that would satisfy you, so you'd leave me alone, and then you go, well, you were pushing me away when I was having something horrible happen.
Or you were pushing me away when I was trying to get support from you, or when I was trying to share with you, and then they basically go, it's your fault for being a bad person. And the thing is if you don't want to support someone when they're hurting, it doesn't inherently make you a bad person.
No.
Now, if you have an agreement in some way, like say they are your partner, and you've previously talked about when I'm hurting, I really need your support for certain kinds of things, and you've said, even if I'm in a bad mood, you can ask me for it as long as you do it this way, then it could be like an asshole move because it's a previously arranged thing. But people are not entitled to your support even if they're lonely and hurting. And I appreciate that people who are lonely and hurting should have support. It doesn't have to come from you, and especially if it impinges upon your boundaries. And someone who's hurting might go, but someone should support me. But do you want to be hurting them or pushing your way into their life? Not really. But part of you assumes, well, I won't be pushing my way in because, of course, if they understood, they'd want to support me.
Well, see, what I'm saying really for me, though, is going, I feel like right now we're about to get manipulated and going, you've been a dick. And Joey's been trying to tell you that he's had a problem.
Right.
Like, this is what I'm expecting, is because this is what they've been doing in the story. I'm shocked when I see a selfie of his mother and my father together at the airport. I thought your mom's coming tomorrow?
Oh, he didn't say your mom. He meant Joey's mom.
Yeah, he said my mom.
No. Your dad, when he said, I'm going to go, and then I'll pick up your mom. And we went, you have a mom? He meant Joey's mom.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said. That's why I was like,
the dad?
Oh.
The dad.
Oh, yeah.
The dad just said your mom, and it wasn't clear who he was talking to at all. And we went, wait, we have a mom? And so he was talking about Joey's mom.
Right. Oh, and that joke that we had for a while about him just going, and we were just had this experience. I remember actually.
So that might actually be a thing.
All right.
And I thought so too. Like, I thought that's what he had said, like downstairs, like with the pancakes. Like, I thought that's what he said too.
I opened the door and let Joey in because this means why does he need to be able to come into the room?
Because he now has permission to talk to you because something is happening.
Because your parents are trying to date. Is that what's going on?
Probably.
He blushes a little. Were you? Never mind.
I don't even want to know what you were doing on the other side of that door.
Exactly.
I just thought you would like. I thought you were. Where'd you change? I thought you were changing. Like damn. Like I thought you were taking your clothes off. Like I was picturing you changing when you said you were taking your clothes off and changing.
I thought you were completely naked. It was just all I could think of. Just you being utterly and completely naked, and I
just standing in there holding the phone, looking at your dad and my mom naked.
Yeah, I'm done now. I'm done. But why would my dad lie to us?
Yeah. Good. Excellent. Well, like he isn't the only one to blame, though. Like it's not all his fault. Like if he's lying, it's like it's not really just like him. It's there's more involved in this thing. It's like darn it, there's more to it. All right.
Like my mom.
No, my mom said she's excited to see me tomorrow. So like she's actually been lying to me. They're gonna have like a tryst or something, and he shared it on social media, or she shared it on social media.
Is this where this is going?
Is it like they're gonna go spend the night in a hotel together?
No, hang on. It's gonna turn into a story of our parents are gonna date and they're gonna get married, and it's gonna turn into a thing of do you want to marry or / date your brother?
Your half sibling, your step sibling.
Your step sibling.
That is what this arc is gonna be. That sounds wild.
Especially considering Joey's just a terrible fucking person. Like, I understand it happens, you guys. Sometimes you just go, we got along as children and we really liked each other for a long time, assuming that you had, like, your relationship, whatever else. And then sometimes parents just go, I like you. And then you end up being step-siblings, but that doesn't mean that you guys ever thought of each other as siblings. Like, that's a very different, complicated social issue.
And the thing is like, that would be an interesting direction for this to go. I'm still like, and yes, I understand that the whole thing with Joey, at the airport way in the past was a misunderstanding, but, like, he's been a total jerk
he really
has. And now is what we're looking at, because it wouldn't be him in the past that we're dealing with.
Yes, and
so, my mom, she said she's excited to see me tomorrow. Like, she told me it was tomorrow, so, that was when she was going to say it. So I guess it's true that, like, both of them, they're both just,
what's true? What? Joey looks at me with sorry eyes.
That is a sorry eye expression. See how he looks like he's gonna, like, beat us?
You really are going... Oh, no, the incest. Like, are you really going for this game with an abusive, like, asshole?
I don't know.
Oh my god,
my friend is jumping to way farther ahead than I am.
I mean, they seem to like to go for the drama. If we're gonna immediately go into basically sexual assault in the beginning part of this very game,
it's like, true. Damn! This game is intense more and more. Like, wow, a little dark.
I don't grasp the meaning at all, because I don't see what the problem is. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I expect to be able to date you, and I can't date you if our parents get married. I guess... Or just, I guess, like, they're dating again. Like, so, like, dang, I didn't think they would probably, like, so I guess they're dating again.
Why would that be bad?
Right, well, dang it, Dawn, don't you understand, like, if they're dating, like, dang, like, then we'd be related if they get together.
What?
And I can't date you if we're related,
What? My legs give way from shock.
I sit on the floor. Plunk. Pip.
Joey holds me so that I don't fall to the ground.
I start to sit down aggressively, and he grabs hold of my shoulders and holds me up. Whoa.
Hi, Joey.
Us, whoa.
But what makes you think that way?
Like a few weeks ago, like when when we were still on, like, in London, like we were down in London all together, all of us, the three of us. I got them having, like, a romantic dinner together. Like, I walked in on them, like, I was just around, and I was just, like, near things, and I saw them having a date night together, like a romantic dinner.
But maybe they were just doing it as friends. Again, I'm like, Bern, why do you care, honey? He's made you dressed. I'm confused about this character's motivation constantly.
Okay, so Bern, as far as I get right here, is engaging this conversation because she feels like she has to. If somebody says, but drama, you have to give them your attention.
Right.
Like, that is the social standard. And what we have figured out about Bern is that 1, she's naive. 2, she's a people pleaser. And 3, she's a pushover. And so she really is afraid of upsetting people. And if social decorum dictates that when someone says, but a thing's happening, then you have to let them talk to you about it because they're having an experience they need to be able to share.
Sometimes I have super fucking hated basically the sense of social faux pas that if you don't react to somebody's thing that they clearly go, you should be fucking reacting to. I have gotten caught in that. And you're like...
And just so you know, this is more of a gendered convention. Like, I've even talked to my good tall friend about this a number of times. And, like, he's aware and goes, oh yeah, I've seen this pressure basically around me, but I never have felt it. And I've definitely met, had bunches of girlfriends and things that have had it, but it hasn't applied to me or the male friends that I've known. And it doesn't mean no men experience it, but it is specifically a caretaking behavior gendered into, identify, assigned female at birth, or women.
Right.
You know, women and girls of going, you need to give other people attention when they need you. And someone actually recently pointed out on TikTok that it's also like a Christian behavior that is even more strongly drilled in of you need to be there to support other people, to show basically the goodness of God and what have you. You can never refuse to hear anyone else's pain.
Yeah.
And like, so if you're a girl raised Christian, it can be like this big double whammy, if you will, where it's you are supposed to caretake for other people, and you are supposed to be available to other people who, quote, need something.
Right. But maybe they were just doing it as friends. It's normal to have a fancy dinner with your best friend, you know?
Yeah, like Kayla and I do it all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good.
It's nice. It's a great, relaxing time.
Yeah, that's what I like. I thought at first, like I thought that, and you know, like I've prepared for this, so like no matter what argument or rebuttal you come up with, or new facts or information you have, you know, I've already got it. I've already like accounted for it all. Like I know basically what it is. So like, but after knowing that they secretly see each other like this, you know, like it just really there's a romantic feel you get to things.
All right, hang on, Joey. That's not presenting any evidence or basically a specific instance
It's not.
of going. Well, I just know they're seeing each other. So, how? Well, I just know. That's actually not an answer. That is incredibly generic and vague.
I say, how do you know it wasn't just as friends? But after knowing they secretly see each other like this, well, you know, I could tell.
See, it's self-evident. They went and they're seeing each other at the airport. That's secretly... What?
I don't know. You know what? We'll find out if he actually posits any actual, you know, other information in the next one.
So, hey, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And dang old darn it, like darn it, I've been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!